This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I am delighted to be joined by Blair The Flair Cobbs. Blair, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Everything is great. I'm ready for the big fight. We have a big fight on April 24th, nope, 23rd, and I can't wait. It's going to be a big attraction.
Blair, talk to me about it, April 23rd. How excited are you to finally get back into the ring?
I'm extremely excited. I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. It feels like, it's just been such a long time since Blair The Flair graced the world with excitement in boxing. And it delight me. It'll delight me to kick somebody's ass. That's just what it is. Just another ass whooping that just inspires people to just go out and smack their greatest enemy.
Blair, I imagine you've missed boxing a lot throughout this pandemic. How good do you think it will feel when you can finally lace up them gloves once again?
I feel ecstatic. I'm full of energy. I'm happy, and I'm just beyond excited to get in there and lace up the gloves another time and possibly move on to getting a world title in a very, very short amount of time. Blair The Flair, you will see Blair The Flair in a big show. And yeah, it's another challenge. Every fighter that we get in the ring with is going to be a challenge. This guy, Bacon, Jason Bacon, Joseph Bacon, James Bacon, that's his name, James Bacon. He's a tough guy. I heard a lot about him. He's very strong, very poised, controlled, and put a whole lot of pressure. So we looking to see what happens when pressure meets an unstoppable force like Blair The Flair.
Blair, working with a legendary coach in Freddie Roach, what have you in particular been looking to work on and improve on whilst you've been together?
Oh man, we worked on a whole lot of things. Freddie Roach is a very, very intelligent mechanic when it comes to boxing. We've been working on little things here, there to groom me into becoming the elite athlete. We have an elite training camp. We're sparring with some of the best fighters. And that's just what it happens. When you get in there and Freddie Roach gym, is sink or swim. And we swimming. That's for sure. I'm a swimmer for sure. And so like that's how it is. We're just getting in there, and it's a very tough camp. And Freddie Roach is an extremely inspiration to me, especially because he trained one of my favorite fighters, if not my very favorite fighter, in Manny Pacquiao. So it's amazing. It's amazing the experience.
Blair, a couple of answers ago, you said you're being kind of built up now to get ready to challenge for world honours. When does that time come in your eyes? When will we see Blair The Flair Cobbs in a world title fight?
Man, it's no telling. Blair The Flair is taking the boxing world by storm. There's no telling how fast I will be having a world title under my belt. There's no telling how fast that the contracts and the legal stipulations and all those things will happen, and you will see Blair The Flair in a world title fight. It could happen this year. It could happen early next year. It could happen next fight. It just doesn't, there's no telling.
Blair, what do you make of the world scene at welterweight? Certainly some terrific fighters up there. What do you make of it?
Well, say that again.
What do you make of the world scene at welterweight? Some brilliant fighters.
There's brilliant fighters. You have great fighters out there. What I make of it, is a great time. It's a great time to have great athletes, great competition. These guys need to start fighting each other before Blair The Flair walk right past them. We've been talking about this Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford thing for far too long. Blair The Flair is going to walk right past them if they don't hurry up and make that money. Go ahead and make that big fight happen. Because once Blair The Flair gets in there and beats one of those guys, he's walking right past them, you know, because they held up boxing for too long. We need to see these happen. And only, I guess the only way it can happen is when you have somebody that's bigger than politics, bigger than television channels, and bigger than promoters. Blair The Flair, the exciting man in boxing, the most exciting man in boxing, the entertainer. Maybe that's the answer, but we don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how that pans out, and I see a lot of great fighters. A lot of great fighters that's even coming up. This guy's coming up. Like the Ennis. You have Boots. You know, I know him. I known him for a long time. You know, I pretty much know all his moves. Like we know each other's moves. I've been in Philadelphia for a long time. Nothing he could do. You know, and what else? We have Rashid Ellis. Yeah. He's an exciting fighter. You know, it's just something's not right with, like, he's not very promotable. Something's not right with him. But then you also have Virgil Ortiz is doing very well for himself. He's doing very good. And then you still have a whole lot of guys from PBC. Keith Thurman still kind of in the mix. Adrien Broner, I think that would be the biggest attraction, and for a very long time, it would be Blair Flair versus Adrien Broner. That would be a good attraction, a great fight, and yeah, that would be great. Then we have a few other fighters that are doing really good, like Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, all of those guys, just kind of running through the mill with PBC.
Blair, a fight between you and Adrien Broner, that would promote itself, wouldn't it? You guys wouldn't even need to say a thing.
Man, I would do it just because it's fun. Like, that fight will definitely promote itself. But I have so much stuff saved up for that fight. It's ridiculous. Like, I went out and bought a puppet to replicate Adrien Broner. I'll go out way out of my way to be the biggest asshole that boxing ever produced. Yeah, it just would be like such an exciting fight. To be in there with another fighter that is just as not just talented, because Adrien Broner can fight. I've been rooting for him every fight. That's the crazy part. He's been letting me down lately, but I know he's gonna get it together. But he's a very good entertainer, and he brings a lot to boxing. And I look forward to possibly having that fight happen.
Blair, is this something that kind of you've really thought about recently? You'd love to share a ring with just somebody who is seen as kind of one of the top names in the division. You've just gone through a host of people there. You've still got the likes of Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Adrien Broner, the likes of Virgil Ortiz coming through, Jaron Ennis, the list goes on. Is it one of those guys now who you feel like you're just desperate to get in the ring with and prove your credentials to everybody?
Absolutely. There are some guys that I definitely want to get in the ring as soon as possible. One, I guess, number one guy is Jessie Vargas. Jessie Vargas needed to go ahead and get smacked up because, one, I'm tired of his commentating. He commentated my fight, and I didn't like it. So it's time to go ahead and get the ass whooping from the Blair The Flair. But outside of that, there's plenty of other guys. I'm pretty much open to fighting almost anybody, honestly. You know, under the right circumstances, I can pretty much fight anybody, and I'm ready for pretty much anybody in anything. So but Jessie Vargas, I'm kicking your ass for sure. You got one more fight at 147, and you're getting your ass whipped by the one and only, the great one, the most exciting man boxing, Blair The Flair.
That's something I was about to ask you, Blair. You said he's got one more fight at 147. We know he wants to fight at 154 now. Would you be willing to fight at 154 if it was the only way to get Jessie Vargas in the ring?
Fighting at 154, I mean, I can whip Jessie Vargas at any weight class. But the only thing is, like, I want to stay in my weight class, you know, and keep my body used to staying within that weight. But I'll be even open to maybe fighting. Okay, you can't make 47, make 49.
Right.
You know, but you know, just make something now. Come on, you better be close to 47. No, make 47 because we need I need a title on the line. You know, I would love to fight for it and go ahead and smack him up. And you know, the 47 is the last weight class for 8-ounce gloves. So once you move up even just 1 pound over, you got to fight in 10-ounce gloves. You know, and that might change things a little bit. I mean, I don't have a big problem with bigger gloves, but we're looking for knockouts. God damn it! Come on, like we got other sports like UFC to worry about. Like, come on, we need knockouts.
Blair, talking about UFC there, I've seen you've been doing some work with Tony Ferguson. Talk to me about that.
Oh man, Tony is amazing. I can't wait for him to put on a big show. Tony's been training me a little bit, and for a secret UFC showdown possibly happening in a not too distant future. The greatest boxer to fight the greatest UFC fighter in the octagon. Who knows what will happen? You know, and one thing's for sure, I got to be ready. I got to be ready for all comers. I can't say that I'm the best and not be trained by the best and not be ready for the best. Who knows?
Blair, I got to ask you, for your UK fans, a message for them.
Shout out to everybody from the UK. I love all you guys. I love all of the fans in the UK very, very much. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Whatever you got, I got it at Blair The Flair. And for more exciting content, the official BlairTheFlair.com. Woo!
Blair, it is a pleasure to catch up with you. I will speak to you again soon. But as always, I'd like to leave a final word to yourself. Put the 147 division on notice, Blair. Take it away. Let them all know what you mean.
The cream of the crop is coming to rise to the top. Blair The Flair is coming for all of you. The Blair The Flair is coming, and he's coming very fast, very soon. He's taking the world. He's taking the boxing world by storm. And I'm coming now, baby. I'm ready.
Blair, look after yourself, and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.